Welcome on in, guys. Yesterday was a madness. We need to talk about it, and we will after this amazing boss intro. Morning, people. As you can see down, it's mirrored, this thing. It's difficult. As you can see there, inside news, gone. It has to go. Essentially, what happened yesterday was we broke some news that was given to us. We saw it as like a scoop. It was exciting. We've got this news. Got it kind of right off the bat, right, like it was fresh. And for a channel like this that is unofficial, Seasiders, news reviews and panel show, we thought, yeah, let's run with this. This is cool. In the sense, not the news was cool, in the sense of we've got stuff for you guys to hear. And in this kind of fan media world, when you get something which is hot off the press, you run with it, type of thing. Gets interest, gets views, grows the channel. That's what you want, right? As somebody who's doing a fan TV program. But the club, say how it is, they didn't like it. And I'll be real with you, I agree with them on some. After sleeping on it and looking at it, there's some aspects that I agree with. I will say this: when we put the news out, we caveated all of it with "this is speculation" on each single piece of news that we gave, and I think there was only 3, but we caveated all of it with "this is hearsay. This is just hearsay until the club confirms it." And being new to this, I thought that'd be enough. But the club didn't like it, and we'll speak why, and I'll get into the points of why. I won't get into individual conversations with who, and yeah, we'll do that. But also a cool thing, we've got like a new transition, so I can break up discussion points. So on the other side of this transition, we'll talk about why the club didn't like it. The club's point of view on this, and it is valid, is that they don't want to be given any kind of sporting advantage to opposition coaching teams or players or anything like that, giving them an early look or an early idea of what our team might be for the following fixture. I agree with it, because if you know that a team is weaker in the goalkeeping department, you might tell your lads, you're 25 yards forward, 25 yards and closer, just hit one, and you might get lucky. They could do that. There's nothing to say that they could not give instructions to their lads to do that. At the time of posting that video yesterday, I didn't think of that. Honest, didn't. And my phone blew up, by the way. It was red hot. When I got home from work yesterday, messages all over the spot, flying in, this, that, and the other. I was like, to my wife, I was like, get those Peronis out of the fridge. Get those beers out of the fridge. I'm going to need them. And I did. Honestly, truthfully. Phone calls, messages, all sorts of, chats going off. It was a bit overwhelming, all right. Like for somebody who's I'm not in this for stress. I'm in this to try and make the club closer with the community, get people through the turnstiles, get a bigger gate, get the club moving forward in an exciting and forward-thinking manner. A modern, forward-thinking club with long-term ambitions to be better each and every season. That's what I'm in this for. I'm not in this for stress. All right. We will talk about what I didn't like after. We'll chuck in a transition and then we'll talk about some of the stuff I'm not keen on. And look, if you're watching this and you don't, I'm not going to mention any names, so it is what it is, but everybody's opinion's valid. I've legitimised Bridtown's stance on this. But there's a few bits I didn't like. And I will say, because I can, and I will after this. I'd say there's one main thing that I didn't like, and it's that I felt a lot of pressure from a lot of people, different people, to give up the names of where we got this information. I'm not in that game, man. If I give someone my word that I'm not going to tell anybody where I got this from, best believe I'm keeping my word. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I get asked by how many different people. I am in that game. If I've given my word to people, then to my best ability, I'm always going to stick to it. So, yeah, I just want to put that out there. And if anybody's watching this and they want to ask that question again, I'd say don't, because it's stressing me out. I don't want to be stressed. I do this for fun. This is a hobby. I don't get paid for this, right? If it's starting to ruin my sleep or like get me anxious and stuff, like we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. And I know a lot of people are loving it. I've got messages from people saying they're coming down because of this. It's reconnected them with it. They're interested again. I've had some fabulous messages. I hate this. It's all mirrored. Free food for under 16s. We're sponsoring players. Sorry. We try to do things the right way. All right. This is a hobby. We're trying to have fun with it. If the fun gets removed, this gets removed essentially. So this is why inside the news, it's got to go. It's got to go. As much as look, if the club were okay with it, we'd maybe continue doing it. But I don't want senior members of staff looking inwards on their teams of employees and volunteers going with a side eye. I wonder if it's him. I wonder if she's the one leaking news to Dan. I wonder if he's the one leaking news to Dan. That's not a healthy situation. And I didn't realise that at the time. And I've got to be honest, I did not foresee how this would break down after the fact. But we've learned, all right? We've learned, and this will be the first and the last video like this. Really, it will. The next one will be fun again. We will be having fun again, people. So yeah, essentially, apologies go out to anybody that's been caught up in this that didn't want to be. Well, nobody wanted to be caught up in this, so apologies go out to everybody, just everybody. If you've been stressed out by this, my apologies to you. We'll finish it off with this. Trafford, back to fun stuff. Come on now, please. Trafford, get down, be there. Fan cam. There is going to be post-match, probably pre-match, fan interviews. Get involved. Please get involved. It'll be fun. You'll be able to watch this back after the game. This, that, and the other. We're hoping for a win. Everyone's behind Denny. Fingers crossed. Him and Michael Coulson can just wallop him. Wouldn't that be mint? After all this, after this week, well, not this week, after yesterday, if they could just go out there and absolutely slap these boys up, that would be awesome. That's what we've got to work for. That's what we want. Get down. Get your pine peas. Get your pints. Get your Town Bar renewable loyalty card or VIP card. Get one of them. Save yourself some money. Have a good time. And most of all, look after yourself. And we'll see you on the next one. All right? Peace.